Yo, what's up, everybody? I am Marcos Villegas. This is the Fight Up TV live chat. Welcome, one, and welcome all. Today is August 17th, 2020, the year of our Lord. Bumping some of this Street Fighter 3. Remember Street Fighter 3? This is the best intro to a video game. Hope I don't get copyrighted. I'm going to put this kind of away. What's up, guys? How's it going, man? Another week in paradise over here. Go ahead and share the stream and tell everybody we are live. Jack C. Bobuck C. What's up? MMA Champ Commentary. Yo. What's going on? Stuart Finland, NJ, NP, Gerald Hood. What up, homie? Lot to talk about. Had a good amount of fights happen over the weekend. And let me tell everybody that we are live on the Twitterverse. The Iceman cometh. The Iceman is here. He's in the chat. Not Chuck Liddell, but the Iceman. Someone in tie writing is in the chat right now. Let's start with a rant. What's up with Rolando Romero? Ooh, yeah. What's up with that fight? Oh, that was So yeah, I didn't think Rolly won the fight. I thought the other guy won. It was a bad decision. I don't know if oh man, it's so weird. What up, Art Alexander? What up, D Keller? What up? So in terms of like judging and that Rolly fight, and then just like judging in general, like I know because obviously like my role with Fox with judging the fights for TV, but I look at I have a monitor, and then I also have a view of ringside. So, I feel like I have a more complete view compared to the judges there on ringside that have a different vantage point, because they're in three different places. Dinosaur Gaming. What's up, man? They have, a different vantage point. Sometimes they don't get the best angle to see punches or see things that happen in the ring. The real top dog. What's up, Papa? What's going on, bro? So I know a lot of judges base fights on how much damage a fighter is causing due to the punches they are throwing. So if they see somebody that's like more or less like point fighting, like throwing jabs, not hard jabs, but like touch. And they have another guy that's swinging for the fences and landing big punches. Their preference is the guy that's doing more damage, because how they train the judges, because I went to judging certification through the WBC, and how they explain it to us there on the WBC end of things is, what's the point of the fight? What's the point of a fight when you're in a fight in a boxing match? So, what is your objective? And one would say, well, to win, duh. But no, what's the real objective in there when you're in there with somebody? They asked us this question, and my initial response was, well, to win at all costs. It doesn't matter if you're boring, if you're point fighting, you're in there to win. But they're like, no, when you're in a fight, the whole purpose of you as a fighter in a fight is to hurt your opponent. It is what it is. So I know judges, and I even noticed it when I judged the fight over at last week on Fox, the Michael Fox. That's funny, Michael Fox and Santa Maria, where I thought Michael Fox had edged the fight, and the judges gave it to Santa Maria. And I had told my producers, I'm like, look, I could see how the judges scored it that way, by that logic that was told to us during that judging certification, where the judges are looking for the punches that are causing damage, because at the end of the day, the whole point of a fight, how they train them or how they tell them, is to damage your other opponent, is to hurt your other opponent and to win. So with that being said, I still didn't think Rolly won the fight, to be honest. I think he still has a lot to learn. He is very green still, though he has a lot of talent, a lot of power, but he still has a lot of refinement for him to do and develop. Now, in terms of him getting, let's see here, the title. Yeah, that's obviously the WBA has a bunch of title belts. He's not the top at that weight class, not even close. It's obvious. The WBA has had this problem for the last few years, where they have a regular champ, a super champ, and they have a gold champ. So it convolutes the situation, obviously. And it confuses casual fans. The more informed boxing fan obviously knows the intricacies of the sanctioning bodies and the belts, and it's just the paperweight belt. That's all really what it is. What he won. But I think there's a learning experience. I saw videos online that he wants an immediate rematch. So hopefully they move forward with that and they do an immediate rematch, because I think it'll be a lot different fight. That's for sure. And if he, dude, LB, I'm not saying Rolly won, homie. You need to listen, clean out your ears. You got too much earwax there. Maybe some hair grown out from your nose into your ears, bro. I didn't say that Rolly won. I said that Rolly lost. I'm just saying what the judges, how they train him, what they see. They're looking for punches that are the most damaging, homie. So you need to chill. All right. Eamon Fidhilla, whatever your name is. What's up, bro? Purple God, Rolly slow. He loads up on every shot. He can't even throw a jab without trying to hit hard. Dude, he's a power puncher, and a lot of times power punchers fall in love with their power, and it's something that needs to be taught to them, that not every punch, and even just in boxing in general, even when, I see the little kids or shadow boxing, I always tell them, because this was taught to me when I first started boxing, that every punch doesn't have to be a hard punch. It could be a probing punch or a touch punch, or it could be a touch punch to throw off your opponent's rhythm. Quick, big punch, quick again, or quick, fast punch. You can mix up your rhythm to confuse the person that's in there. So a lot of the times the power punchers, especially the young guys, just want to go in there and just rip. Want to take the dude's heads off. Berlanga, it looks like 14-0 first round knockouts. He's headhunting. A lot of guys are doing that as well. A lot of young guys, So that's what's that. But yeah, it was super bad decision. Lifelong scholars. I'm trying to see Marcos at Fight Up get in the ring with Jake Paul or Logan Paul, since he was bragging about training for 10 years. Sleepy. Obviously, I brought that up one time to Eddie Hearn, and he said that I didn't have a big enough following to work on my following, and maybe he might entertain that. I don't have a problem with them. I think Logan, he does a lot of dumb stuff, but I have respect for both of them, to be honest, because we could all sit here and clown on them and say all these things, and obviously it's merited because they do a lot of dumb stuff, to be honest. But at the end of the day, those two guys probably have more balls than 90% of the people out there. And let me tell you why. And it's going to piss off a lot of you guys. It's going to piss you off, but this is the truth, bros. These guys stepped into the ring and fought for reals in front of thousands of people. 90% of the people out there would not do that. 90% of the people out there are just all talk, blah, blah, blah. They act hard, online or even in person, but they put in the work, they trained, they had a real training camp, and they had a real fight. And I even said that to the event organizers, and I said it to them after. That merits respect, because not a lot of people can go and make that walk. That walk is one of the scariest things ever if you're not used to it. It's nerve-wracking. You got all sorts of thoughts going on through your head. You have butterflies, you feel like throwing up, and you have a lot of questions going on through your head. If did I do enough? What am I going to do? Did I train hard enough? You got to zone those questions out. It's akin to like any other sport when you're about to compete. I always am able to draw the comparison a lot to wrestling, because I wrestled for a big part of my life. And, every time before I'd have a match, I'd have to psych myself out, but I'd also mentally visualize how I was going to beat the guy. Or if they did something, I would mentally visualize what I would do and the next series of moves that I would chain it to. Because, the big thing with wrestling that always teaches is to chain wrestle. is to get move after move after move. You set up your shot, and then you go and you scramble, and you go move after move after move with that. So, you got to give it to them. Jake's going to have another fight. And let's see here. I got to put some guy on timeout because he keeps spamming. Dude, this guy's annoying. Everybody gang up on this fool, dude. What a God. Dude, what a little troll, man. What's up with these people? Thank you. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, we got him out of here. Jose Talavera, thank you for using the super chat. If you guys use the super chat, I'll get to your questions right away. It's just it pops it up on my screen right away. Cheers to you, Jose. Let's see what you got. What you got going right here? They only fought because all that pressure and fans behind them. Easy money. Yeah, easy money. But look, bro. At the end of the day, they got another person right across from them that's trying to freaking knock their head off, and it is nerve-wracking, dude. It's nerve-wracking stepping in there because you step in through those ropes and you're like, oh shit, this is for reals. I can't get out of this. Like, here we go, and then you're there and it's like this other guy literally wants to knock your head off. The Logan Paul KSI fight, it wasn't bad for what it was. I was there live. I saw it. And honestly, I thought it was better than the Billy Joe Saunders fight. I thought it was the best fight of the night. Billy Joe Saunders fought, Devin Haney fought, and I thought their fight was more entertaining because they were actually trying to knock their heads off, each other's heads off, So it's different, dude. Yeah, there was a lot of pressure and you got to go through with it. But the moment you go through with it, you're like, oh, shit, here we go. This is for reals. And, a lot of stuff that goes on through that. So, it is a nerve-wracking experience, especially too, you guys remember, I don't know if some of you guys ever did any other combat sport, if you guys did kickboxing or wrestling, jiu-jitsu, any of that. Do you guys remember the first time you actually had a real match or a real sparring? You are nervous as hell, dude. You're so nervous because you don't know how it's going to go. You've never, sparred with somebody or went at somebody at full speed at 100% before. So you're worried because you've never done that before. When you spar, at least, through my experience and in boxing, it's different because they almost go 100%, in MMA, the MMA gyms that I've been to, they went pretty damn hard. But it's not at 100%. You're not throwing those punches with ill intentions. You're not throwing them at full speed with everything behind it. So it's different. But any sport for the first time, you are a little nervous. So it is nerve-wracking, regardless if it's some YouTuber that steps in the ring. They're still stepping in the ring. And, it's a lot of emotions, a lot of mental thoughts that come into that, man. So, that's what it is. Let's see here. We got to get rid of more trolls. Man, dude, what's it? You think people, I always wonder that, this YouTube stuff, you got a lot of bitter people in this YouTube space, man. You got a lot of trolls, a lot of jealousy, a lot of guys that purposely try to sabotage you. So I always wondered if they go ahead and do that all the time, man. And, I'm not going to blow the lid off, but I'm just telling you, man, you got a lot of haters in boxing, especially on the YouTube side, bros, a lot of freaking haters and a lot of people need to get slapped the F up for a lot of BS stuff that they do. So I'll just leave it at that. All right. Thank you, David. I appreciate that, bro. But sometimes they just piss me the F off because I didn't grow up like that, man. You talk ish on Twitter and stuff like that. Like I grew up differently. You talk ish, you get slapped the F up. That's how I grew up. Yeah, I look like some nerdy kid and stuff like that. But, I grew up differently than a lot of these cats. Like you settle stuff like that. Someone's talking bad about you, you confront them and you don't work it out. You don't talk it out. You go and you fight. And that's how it was. That's how I grew up, man. I took my lickings growing up, but you know what? I learned how to deal with people that talk like that. You talk mess. Well, then here we go. We're going to settle it right now. We're going to get our licks in and that's it. We squash it. A lot of people aren't like that anymore. A lot of people act surprised when you confront them when they're talking, mess. And it's like, yeah, what do you expect, dude? You're there behind your computer screen talking all that mess, and it's no one's gonna like go up to you and check you for it. So, okay, back. This is my little rant right here, man. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Adrian Benavidez, go easy on him, Marcos. G Baby 22, what you talking about? I'm not gonna get back into it. Yeah. Funny bomb. Few words on Conor's retirement. I don't think he's really retired. I think he's just saying that. Look how many times Floyd said he was retired, and then he said he was retired after the Hatton fight, and then he came back and fought Marquez, and then he said he was retired again, and then had a bunch of other fights. It's more of a keeping their name like in the press, like, oh my God, like so-and-so retirement. And he's done it before already. This is like the third time or whatever, even though he announced that like a while ago. I don't think he's retired. I think he's waiting for the right fights that are worth his while. And when I mean that, big mega fights. And I don't know how much validity there is to this, but I've heard that there's talks that he might go and fight Manny. If he fights Manny, I don't know. I guess it's interesting, but more power to Manny. Bad style for Conor, to be honest. Like, Manny's gonna eat him up. It's just unless this whole coronavirus thing, unless Manny like developed a gut and he's like some fat bastard that's just eating and not really doing much. But it didn't look like that from the clips that we released of him that we saw. And then I know he's training as well. I don't know how serious, but yeah. Loma or Lopez? G baby, don't worry, bro. I saw you there. Renee Box Young, what's up, man? Money mates. Conor looking for money. He is. You don't blame him, dude. We're all looking for money. We all want to get that bag, Okay. No worries, Funny Bomb. We'll get to the Charlos, NJAP. Renee. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. My Nintendo 64 shirt. What's up, man? Favorite game on the N64? Everybody type it in. I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to get to that question. My favorite games on the N64. Mario Kart. GoldenEye. Star Fox 64, Mario Party. Dude, I was so addicted to Mario Party one time. We spent like 8 hours playing Mario Party, and I got a mean old blister on my palm. They changed the controls after that for the other Mario Party, but I remember I had a mean old blister on my thumb because with the joystick on the N64, you had to go in a circular motion. And Smash Brothers, top 5 N64 games. Okay, back to Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko, but I kind of want to talk about N64. I'm seeing Mission Impossible, The Majora's Mask, GoldenEye, Smash Bros, Mario Party was lit. Yes, me tocó ser comentarista por Fox. GoldenEye, Mario Kart, WCW versus NWO. I remember that game. That game was sick. I was so excited for that game because you got to play as the NWO. That's why. Oh, man. Dude, you just triggered a ton of memories playing that game. You guys play that game? WCW versus NWO? That's the only like good game that WCW ever had. All the WWE games, the WWF games they were all right. I like the PlayStation ones better, but I remember that game. Oh, man. That game was great back in the day. Iceman, yeah, man. I only play Mario Kart. Hey, speaking of which, if you guys are on Mario Kart Mobile, okay, add me because I need people to play against on multiplayer. So I'm gonna show you my Mario Kart ID, and if any of you guys play the Mario Kart Mobile, hit me up, add me. So we could race and I could womp on you because I am legit on Mario Kart Mobile. Now, if I could freaking find the damn code. Don't worry, I'm going to get to the Lomachenko Lopez question and thing. Oh, hold on a second. How the menu? Here we go. Or not. Multiplayer. Okay, this thing's not working. Damn it. Never mind. Not going to work. Damn. Okay, I'll get to the code. All right. Conquer's Bad Fur Day was hilarious. Got an M rating. You had to do the expansion pack memory-wise. Okay, Mario Kart's back on. I can't figure out how to get my Mario Kart ID to – oh, friends. Here we go. Okay. Here is my Mario Kart ID. If anybody plays Mario Kart on mobile, on phone, add me. It's right here. I don't know if you can see it. Dang it, it's backwards. Damn it. All right, I'm going to read it out. My Mario Kart ID is 2443-9004-0973. Add me. Let's get some Mario Kart going. This is Mario Kart Mobile, all right? 2443-9004-0973. Let's go. I'll whoop you up with Toad or Yoshi. All right. Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. It got signed. It's happening. Thank you, Bob Father, for it being on ESPN free, man. Oh my God, what a boss move. Thank you so much. You know, honestly, all these fights should be for free on network television. That's the only way to get boxing back as a, let's see here, on a high level again. You know, boxing is never going to be as big as the NFL. Boxing is never going to be as big as the NBA. But I do feel that the more boxing is on free network television, the more popularity it goes up in, the more fans it can get. The casual fans or fans that used to be fans of it that stopped watching. So thank you to everybody involved for making that free on ESPN because, man, there's too many pay-per-views. Honestly, it's happening the last few months here this year. You got what? The Charlo pay-per-view on the 26th. You got Tank and Leo happening a month later in October. Then you got Spence Garcia, and then you got Wilder Fury 3. You know, and then you're going to add another pay-per-view with Teofimo and Lomachenko. So thanks goodness that's on free ESPN. Who wins the fight? Well, it depends. If Loma has been lagging, Stuart, have a good night, bro. I think, well, what time is it over there in England? Like midnight? If Lomachenko hasn't been training or here's the crazy thing, man. You could look great in the gym, but then the night of the fight, you just turn old overnight. Lomachenko's a little bit older. I'm not saying that he's going to turn old overnight. I think he's in his earlier 30s. I believe he's like 32 or 33. But it very much can happen. It just happens randomly with people. He seems to have taken pretty good care of his body. Hasn't had a lot of professional fights. Obviously, he was like 402-1. 32 says Micah Salberg. But if he shows up, has trained, hasn't been lax in his training, I think experience-wise, it's going to be a little bit too. It could be a little bit too much for Teofimo. You know, the only thing is, and you know, don't get me wrong, Teofimo has a great chance of winning because we're seeing these bigger guys. Jose, I'll get to you right now. We're seeing these bigger guys do a lot better with Lomachenko because they're bigger dudes. They could take Loma's punches a lot better. You know, they're able to pressure him. You know, Lomachenko's a natural featherweight. He's a natural smaller guy. He's 2 weight classes above his normal weight. And look what happened with Linares. Knocked him down. Look what happened with Luke Campbell. Hurt him. Teofimo Lopez lands on Lomachenko clean the way that he landed on Linares. He's put him on his butt, and I don't know if he's going to get up, to be honest. So, you know, Teofimo needs to use his youth. He needs to put on a relentless pace on Lomachenko. He needs to cut the ring off because he's not going to, like, if you go skill for skill, like technical-wise boxing, you know, the favor's on Lomachenko. He's the better boxer. But Teofimo Lopez, more explosive, more youth on his side, probably hungrier as well. He wants this bad. So if there's any time as good as now than ever for Teofimo to beat Lomachenko, it's now. But, you know, it's hard to bet against a guy like Lomachenko, seeing the fights that he's been in and how much experience he's been in and what he brings to the table. Stuart, Jose Talavera, hey, are you in San Diego or in Los Angeles? No, I'm in LA, bro. Not in San Diego, in LA. But Jerf Boxing, does Lopez have tank for that type of fight? He's never been in deep waters like that. Exactly. You know, that's my question. I would think he does because, you know, he's a young guy. He's going to be able to push the pace. You know, at the end of the day, those are, 32, 33-year-old legs. You know, even though Lomachenko's fast, he's conditioned to go. It's it's a different type of pace when you have another guy that's younger than you, that's working harder than you and putting their body weight on you as well. It gets you tired a little bit more than usual. So, man, I can't wait for that fight. It's going to be really, really interesting because if Lomachenko has an off night, he's going to get clocked, man. He's going to get clocked. Dude, homeboy's back again. Okay, it's time to ban this dude. Boom. David, peace. What a sucker. This guy's a freaking sucker. Exactly, Steve Jobs. I did it. I sent him a la verga, man. Exactly. He's gone. He's done. We got him out of here. Yep. Okay. Now, not YouTube Steve Jobs. YouTube Steve Jobs is right here. Real Steve Jobs is dead. Real Steve Jobs supposedly was a big old a-hole, man. If you read like the books on him and the articles, he was a dick. You know, a lot of people idolize Steve Jobs. And I'm like, I don't know, man. This guy's kind of a dickhead. You know, he didn't really treat people well, wasn't really empathetic towards his workers, treated them like trash. So I don't know. If you're interested in Steve Jobs, read the biography on him. See the movie that has Ashton Kutcher in it. I thought he did a good job showing what the news articles and the interviews that other people's accounts of working with Steve Jobs. He was an intense dude, but he was a dick. So yeah, let's go here. Chadwick 13 zombie. Okay. Chef Boxing. Bill Burr has a fantastic bit about Steve Jobs. I got to check it out, bro. Send us a link over that because I always find things like that interesting, to be honest. There we go. Steve Jobs. YouTube Steve Jobs says, haha, that's true. Steve Jobs, real Steve Jobs, was a pretentious prick. Yeah, he was kind of one of those guys. Reynaldo Lopez, will we ever be shown the actual amount of revenue produced in this fight with Lomachenko and Lopez? No, because a few things. One, they don't entirely ever release the actual buy amount figures. They're always estimates, so it's always hard to nail down an exact figure. They're always estimated in this amount of revenue. The gate information is public knowledge. You can share that, but the purses, that's another thing. Because of the pay-per-view payouts, you don't know the split unless you have knowledge of the pay-per-view split, which I mean is what percentage of the pay-per-view revenue goes to fighter A and to fighter B. It's really hard to see like who's gotten what. And even then, I've heard of backdoor payouts where, you know, they list a certain amount on paper for legal purposes, and then they get another backdoor cash amount, which bumps up their purse as well. So it's hard to know really the true actual revenue that is made from these events, because there's a lot of I want to say backdoor accounting with a lot of these guys, especially with those cash payouts on the side or on the low when it comes to that. Let's see here then. Thank you guys for joining us. If this is the first time you guys have joined us, welcome. You know, welcome to the chat. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, please, as we're on our road to 1 million subscribers here on YouTube, man. Can't wait to the day that we get to that. Make sure to follow us on social media at FightUpTV, at Hey It's Marcos V for myself. We do this every Monday at 5:45. Live chat where, you know, we just kind of dig around, just talk about whatever comes up. You know, G Baby 22, you out of here? If so, God bless, bro. God bless. Adrian Benavidez, I didn't think Loma could beat Comey even. Adrian, bro, I think Lomachenko would have beaten Comey. Micah, and it's lit. It is, because sometimes I'll be popping off on people because they don't know. They're just, oh no. Sometimes people just piss me off on. Steven Jobs, YouTube Steve Jobs. Nice. Thank you, bro. Project Yab. Marcos, do you have any future endeavors planned for Fight Hub? Yeah, man. If I freaking had more free time, I want to do more of videos like this. Watch. I'm gonna send you guys a link right now. I've been doing these everything you need to know videos, and I want to do more of them with, obviously, um, fighters of the past or even now, because it just takes a long time to do it, and I'm always having to do stuff for the channel. That it's just my time, dude. It's crazy. The older you get, the more conscious you become of time and how much you cannot waste time because you're on such limited time. And it really started hitting me, not even like maybe like 2 years ago, where I really started thinking like, man, I cannot waste my time. Like I only have a limited amount of stuff that I really want to do. So it makes it hard to do other things that aren't making you money or are not worth your time. So we did this little video here of Mike Tyson. It's called Everything You Need to Know About Mike Tyson. I have it on here. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Boom. And I want to do more of these. And obviously I want to bring the unboxings back. I want to do more vlogs as well. So here we go. I just dropped the link there. So I want to do more videos like that. Hopefully I get a chance. I want to do one on Roy Jones. I want to do one on everything you need to know about this Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. fight and some other stuff. Iceman, dude, I don't even play video games anymore. I told you. I've been saying it on these live chats. Joe Rogan ruined video games for me. I don't really play video games anymore. NJAP. How hilarious would that be, guys? If I did a video saying boxing babes you need to follow, and it's just me at the desk being like, okay, this chick's super hot. She posts a lot of twerking videos. That would be hilarious. Maybe I should do that. Maybe you gave me a good idea. NJNP. Boxing babes you need to follow. Do we want to do another one? Are we gonna do another one? Okay, we're gonna do another one. I'm gonna go on my phone right now. I'm gonna give you a good one to follow. Okay, it's not a boxer. It's an MMA fighter, but she's freaking cute. She's a little cutie. All right, you guys ready? You're gonna thank me. If you haven't heard of her, you're gonna thank me a lot. All right. This girl fights in the UFC. Her name's Tracy Cortez. Cortez MMA. She is a cutie. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Watch. I'll show you a pic, and you guys are gonna follow her. Where is this picture here? Let me find her. Oh, did she take it off? I think she took it off. Dang it. She took off the photo, but trust me, follow that girl. Okay, that's Boxing Babes. I found it. All right. Boxing Babe right there. Cortez MMA. Follow. Okay. Back to the chat. Back to our regularly scheduled thing. Chatterbuck 13. What you smoking, bro? What are you talking about, bud? All right. Let's see here. Paul Cortez. He is a cool cat and has tremendous skills. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Andrade? The girl with the big butt. Yes, she has a fat booty. Oh my God. Let's go. Salito ducked the rematch for a reason, homie, says Jeff. Miguel, yo, what up, bro? What's up, man? Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about, too. David Benavidez. You guys see the fight over the weekend? I thought he looked good. Sucks what happened about him not making weight and losing the belt on the scale. Purple God knows what's up. I already follow her. Purple God. Let me put the eye emojis. Purple God knows what's up. Let me see if my little emoji thing here. Here we go. Bop, 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 bop. There we go. This one's for you, Purple God. Boom. There we go. Benavidez looked good. Let's see here. He blamed not being able to train or not having the amount of time to train while traveling there at the fighter hotel, like access to a sauna and all that on the way. 3 pounds, man. That's a big amount. You know, I spoke to Sean Porter on Sunday. That interview is going to come out tomorrow. And I asked him that question, like, hey, have you had difficulties with the weight cut, seeing that a lot of times when you're in the bubble, you can't go anywhere. You can't go to places. And he told me no, like that he already foresaw something like that. So he took extra precaution to come in a little bit lighter than he usually does the week of the fight. And that was an oversight on his part. Funny bomb. Got to go. Peace out, bro. Good chatting. Good having you here. I'll see you next Monday, right? He said that he's going to come in a little lighter than he usually does. That was obviously an oversight on David's end. Is he going to move up to light heavyweight or stay at super middleweight? I think he's going to stay super middleweight. I think it was just an oversight. But the kid is 23; he's still growing. So, he's not going to be at super middleweight for the rest of his career. He's 23. You're still growing as a person. You haven't even grown into your man bones yet or your man strength at that point. So, in the future, like in 3 years, he will be a light heavyweight. And then from there, I don't know, maybe even a cruiserweight. Like the shirt, Miguel, N64 shirt. We were just talking about our favorite N64 games maybe about 20 minutes ago. So you missed out. Just go a little bit behind. Jesus Marujano, está bien buena la Tracy. Yes, she's a cutie. Salud. All right. Let's go here. Let's go. But hopefully we get the Caleb Plant and David Benavidez fight in the future, though. It's tough because that's a big fight. And for, pay-per-view fights, fighters expect to get paid more because of pay-per-view. And I know networks have budgets for fights. So say a Fox main event has a budget. They can't go past their budget. So that means they can't pay the main eventer more than $1 million each. If that main event fighter wants more, they either have to add more to the pot to that budget, which can happen. It seems that's what happened with the ESPN Lomachenko Lopez fight. But it also means that, hey, if they can't pay that amount, go over to pay-per-view where you are risking pay-per-view buys to get that amount. And if you don't get the amount of pay-per-view buys that you want, then obviously you're taking a big pay cut. But if you are getting the pay-per-view buys you think you're going to get, you can get that amount that you want for that. So I could see something like that happening with that fight where it's like, nah, this is too big of a fight. It needs to be on pay-per-view, or we're gonna wait till there's the ability to get a live gate for that fight. It's going to be a dope fight, man. Those guys do not like each other. They do not like each other. Chadwick 13, please, no more DC rematches. Yeah, I saw DC versus Stipe, man. He's just, even with skinny Stipe, this dude looks so leaned out. It was crazy. He still dwarfed DC, dude. He was still 2 DCs put together, minus the belly part. But his just bone structure, he's just a bigger dude, just the bone density, the bone structure. He's just a bigger guy than DC, obviously. But it seemed that the better big man beat the good small guy, and the good big guy is always going to beat the good small guy, unless that small guy is an exceptional talent, aka a Manny Pacquiao and others. But you can't blame the fight on the eye poke. The eye poke happened in the 3rd round, I believe, and DC got rocked in the 2nd. He asked if he went down. He was wasn't all there. So that's telling you that every time Stipe landed on him, it rocked him, and it had an effect. And Stipe took DC's punches a lot better than the other fights, even though he clipped him in one of those rounds. But overall, Stipe did enough to win. He, his punches had more effect. He outworked DC. He just landed more punches on him, more power punches on him. So, props to him. I'm seeing that they're working out Jon Jones versus Stipe. That's a dope fight, man. Do you guys think that Stipe knocks out Jon Jones? I used to cover MMA a lot, and I don't cover it as much anymore. I'm more like a casual MMA fan now, so I haven't been watching all the UFC fights. I like all fights, MMA, kickboxing, all that stuff. I'll watch it. Lion Sendo and hello from London. Jones didn't retire today. I just saw a tweet from him saying that they're negotiating for that fight. Nah, bro. Hold on. I'm going to go on Twitter right now. Unless something happened in the last 2 hours, Jon Jones did not retire, dude. Let's see here. Nah. 2 hours ago, was going to challenge a light heavyweight to beat my world championship record, but we all know that's probably not happening this lifetime. That's at light heavyweight. He's gonna go here. 2 hours ago, Jon Jones just had a really positive conversation with the UFC. Sounds like there will be negotiations for my next fight at heavyweight. All good news. The weight gaining process begins. See right there. He's gonna fight Stipe. That's gonna be a dope fight. Who knows? I don't think Jon Jones should gain too much weight. I always prefer the guy, a fighter, if they're a smaller guy, to retain their speed over a bigger guy, even though Stipe is pretty quick. Oh, what up? 92 AKU, One Boxing King 1. What's up? What's up? Are you going to any of the PBC fights? Yeah, I got to work the PBC fight this weekend with Sean Porter and Sebastian Formella. That's going to be on Fox this weekend. I'm scoring the fight for the telecast. So, yes, I will be working that fight. And you know, let's see. I don't know too much about Sebastian. You know, I know he was sparring with Ugas, which was kind of weird. I asked Sean about that, and he was kind of taken aback. Micah, I'm probably gonna be on for another like 15 minutes, or maybe more 20 minutes. Yes, NJ and P2 cards. Yeah, you got Sullivan Barrera and Joe Smith Jr., which I'm bummed out about that I can't watch it live because someone's going to freaking get knocked the F out in that fight, dude. Both those guys are tremendous power punchers, man. And Joe Smith gets down, dude. That guy can fight, man. He has blocks for fists, dude. That guy has power. No, I said Sullivan Barrera. El Dialder Alvarez, the guy that knocked out Kovalev. So that's going to be a great fight. So, put both those fights on record and then, pick and choose. Because Sean Porter always brings it. He always has entertaining fights. He always has good fights. He's looking to knock this guy out. That's what he told me on Sunday. He wants to make a statement. I asked Sean, like, hey, dude, why are you even fighting this guy? And he straight out said, because everybody else didn't want to fight me. Errol Spence didn't want the rematch. Danny was already fighting Spence. Keith Thurman doesn't want to do it again. Manny Pacquiao doesn't want to fight. So what am I supposed to do? I suppose Ugas again, but Ugas already had a fight scheduled too with Abel Ramos. That's coming up in September. So, what can Sean do? I asked him, like, hey, well, there's Terrence Crawford. Why not go that route? I'm like, did you ever talk to Terrence? Because he told me he was going to talk to Terrence about having a fight at the Wilder Fury 2 fight. And he told me he did have that conversation with Terrence Crawford. And he said that Terrence Crawford told him that he had other things in mind, that he had other plans in store for his career, and it wasn't the right time for that fight. And Sean's like, okay, I got other things in store as well. Like I said, I'm going to release parts of that interview tomorrow. So you'll guys will see that part where I asked Sean, like, well, Terrence Crawford's there. Like, why aren't you fighting him? And I didn't word it like that, but I said, did you talk to Terrence about a fight? Because he's there. He needs an opponent. And it's a good interview. It was good to talk to Sean over the weekend. So that'll be up tomorrow. Miguel L., do you have any info on Gary Russell versus Crawford? It's funny. Bob Arum is hilarious. Bob Arum said, dude, is this for reals? Gary Russell couldn't even beat Lomachenko at his weight. What makes him think he can beat Crawford at welterweight? This is what Bob Arum said, not me. This is Bob Arum saying this. I read online that they sent a offer to Crawford. Gary doesn't fight a lot. That's a big name fight for him to fight a Crawford. Jeez, dude, he look at how many weight classes Gary would be moving up. That's insane. He's already at 126. Was thinking about moving to 130. He's going up like 3 weight classes to go and fight Terrence Crawford. That's not gonna. I don't know, man. I don't know how that's gonna go down. Fighting a guy that's naturally like 20 pounds bigger than you. Ooh. But you know what? I'll pay to see it, to be honest, because there's a lot of bad blood there. And I think we're going to see Gary really try to put it on him. Is it likely to happen? Oddly, I think it is. I think it is because they're both been going back and forth. you know what? And they seem like they're real street dudes. Like they have a mean streak. Like the stuff they say on live, like on the internet and all that, like they actually like really mean it. So, hey, if they're gonna make money off of it, they're gonna be like, shoot, why the hell not? You know, um, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, man. 2020, you know, this 2020, this Rona, this whole Rona experience, everybody staying cooped up in their homes or limiting seeing friends or limiting going places. This year has made a lot of people go freaking crazy, man. You remember all the drama on Twitter with all the fighters, like just calling people out on Twitter, all randomly, like talking ish to each other? Like this whole thing has made a lot of people freaking crazy. And a lot of people say a lot of crazy-ish and do a lot of crazy-ish. So yeah, Bud versus Crawford would totally not surprise me because this has been a crazy year with a lot of crazy stuff happening. You know, who would have thought Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. would be fighting in November? Like, the hell, you know? So I love it. I love all the chaos when it comes to that. And then with the Charlos, oh, thank you, Steve Jobs, dude. So we posted. Okay, I'm gonna put the link here. I don't know if you guys saw it. Jermell went off on Jermall Charlo earlier today on live. Let's see here. Where is the link to you guys? I was super surprised with this. Boom, here we go. There's the link there to that video. That's Jermell Charlo went on Instagram Live and just went off on his brother, dude. And then his brother went on, told him, hey, bro, chill. And he went off on him. You know, it's interesting. Yeah, they're twin brothers. And I think I have a little bit of perspective on this because my dad's a twin. And he'd get into arguments with his twin and they wouldn't talk to each other for like a year. More than that, a year and a half. You know, and the first conflict known to man was between brothers. You guys know that? You know, that's a biblical reference to Abel and Cain. First conflict known through oral history or written history was Cain and Abel. And what happened there? One brother killed the other brother. You know, the worst squabbles in life at times are amongst family members and amongst siblings. You know, I have a friend that, you know, my old roommate, he absolutely detests his older brother. Like they haven't talked in 4 years. He absolutely detests him. So, you know, some of these things happen within families. It is a little bit odd because from what I know with my dad, who's a twin, they have a lot stronger bond than other pairs of siblings, even from like paternal twins or even just siblings that are years apart because they're twins, you know, they're identical twins. You know, but I know that when they would get mad at each other, they wouldn't talk for like a really long time. And I always thought it was the dumbest thing, you know, because like, dude, that's your twin brother. Like, why aren't you guys talking? You know, and this is me like as a teenager. But yeah, you know, I don't know. Jermell's, from the times I've interviewed him, he's intense, you know, and there's an interview where I tell him like, dude, like sometimes you kind of like scare me a little bit, you know, during these interviews because like you're intense, bro, you know. And here it's a funny interview actually when like Charles like, oh, you're trying to say I'm funny, and people started quoting it, I think from Goodfellas. I'm gonna give you guys the link right here, where I tell him like, not gonna lie, bro, you're really intense. You scare me sometimes. This is the link right here that I did with Jermall Charlo right before his fight with Tony Harrison, his rematch. Or it's funny when I tell him like, dude, you scare me. Like you're a little too intense sometimes, you know. And I tell him like, hey, no, I like the Charlos. I like the Charlo brothers. I'm all about Lion Zoli. You guys crack me up. You guys are funny. And he's like, what? You think I'm funny? And I was like, oh shit. So I'll watch the interview. But yeah, you know, oh, man, has he sent me to hell in any interview? No, he hasn't. I've actually, you know, the times I've interviewed both of them, that's never happened. I've always been able to not get on their nerves, I guess. I don't know. I feel like Jermall is the more chill one and Jermell's the more intense one. But like they're like yin and yang in terms of like when one gets amped up, the other calms the other down, and vice versa. When the other one gets amped up, the other brother comes in and kind of chills them down and stuff like that. So like they're yin and yang with that in terms of that. But no, obviously I was surprised that happened because some of the stuff he was saying, I was like, oh, okay. But you know, we've all seen drama in the hood. You know, we've all said things or heard things from family drama or family members saying the same amount of things within family members and within family squabbles. So it's obviously, you know, what happens with our families and all that doesn't get put out on social media. It stays within the walls of our homes, but it shouldn't come to a surprise to people. Family fight, you know, family members fight, brothers and sisters, they fight, and they fight just as vicious, or if not more, amongst each other because they're familiar with each other. So that's just my 2 cents. And look who popped up. Just my 2 cents. What's up, Marcos? What's up, bro? What's going on? The Goth and Crow doesn't like the Charlos, I don't think. Project Yab. Do you feel American fighters should test themselves by traveling across seas like Spence did against Brooke or Taylor and Prograis? Well, yeah. Well, okay. Here's my take on it. They should test themselves against the highest level of competition, regardless if it's here in the States or overseas. I think if you're a world champion, you should fight overseas because, you know, world champion. It'll only do yourself good to fight all over the world. It'll build your brand. It'll build your presence and your popularity amongst fans. You know, Mike Tyson had fights in Japan, and that helped him out tremendously in terms of his popularity. Muhammad Ali had fights all over Africa, Canada, here in the United States. Duran fought everywhere. Sugar Ray Leonard, even though a majority of the fights were here, you know, had fights in Canada as well. It only does you good to go and to travel with fights. You know, obviously, there's concerns that the judges might be biased, that everything's going against you, things might not be as comfortable for you as a fighter. There have, you know, fighters have told me that when Willie Monroe told me when he went and traveled to fight Billy Joe Saunders, that they were messing with him. That they messed with his travel, they messed with his room. He had sent people over to like knock on his door. He got kicked in the nuts by his son. The night of the fight, people weren't there on time to pick him up. And, you know, he had a lot of like little mind games being played on him. You know, and rightfully so. It's the art of war. You're gonna try to give yourself every single advantage you can, because boxing is a very mental game. You know, if you can defeat someone mentally, take their spirit away, they're done. Once someone's mentally checked out in anything, in a sport, in a relationship, they're out. It's just a shell of themselves, you know? So I think that's one difficulty when you're traveling is it's outside of your comfort zone, but you need, I think any person in life needs to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's how you grow as a person. And that's how you're able to challenge yourself to be better. Remember that word or that phrase, not that word, but be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know, I learned that through jiu-jitsu. And I did jiu-jitsu for I want to say like a good 4 or 5 years. And they'd always tell us that. I hated it. They'd always put me with like the fattest guy to roll with, dude. Guys that were like 220 pounds that would just dwarf me, dude. And I was like a little like 145-pound kid, all right? And they guys would be on mount on me. They'd take my back, and we'd start from rear naked choke position. And I'm like, what the hell, man? Why are you starting me out in these whack-ass positions, dude? You know, and my coach would always tell me, be comfortable with uncomfortable situations, so that when those uncomfortable situations occur, you're comfortable with being in that situation, that you're calm, that you know how to breathe correctly, and that you know how to navigate out of that situation. So that's anything in life, is that. Be comfortable with uncomfortable situations. Know how to adapt. NJMP. Marcos, let me get those McGregor boots if you still got them. I actually do still got them. Dude, those boots aren't comfortable, man. I tried them out twice. Maybe I haven't broken them in, but they're not comfortable at all. They're very, very stiff. I think it's more like a show off piece, but they're not comfortable at all. Miguel L. Some gyms are intense. The gym I was going to is pretty fair with new people. I got a funny story on that, and I'll get to it right now. Chadwick 13. Awesome podcast. Got to put my baby girl to bed now tonight. Chadwick, I appreciate that. This is live chat. It's not even a podcast. This is a live chat. We just go and just shoot the ish, That's all we do with the live chat. So spread the word of the live chat. If you guys have friends that are boxing fans, tell them about the live chat, because you guys drive the conversation with the live chat. And if this is the first time you guys are listening to this, subscribe to Fight Hub. Subscribe to the channel and follow us on social media. Chadwick 13. Have a good night, bro. Thank you so much. El Milo, Marcos, I saw you at the tire shop tacos. Hey, Milo, I got a question, bro. All right. So here's a tip for you guys that live in Southern California, in the LAOC area. So the best tacos to me, because I grew up a lot of my summers in Tijuana, because we used to have a house over there, are the Tijuana style tacos. Handmade corn tortilla, carne asada, onion, cilantro, wok. Boom. Best style of tacos, all right? If you ever have a chance to go to TJ, every taco stand, you can't go wrong. Just about every taco stand in TJ makes great tacos. The meat's a little bit different, and I know here come the Canelo jokes. Here they come, but you can't go wrong with any taco place in TJ. But there's a place in LA, and El Milo said it. Tire Shop Tacos are the most close to the Tijuana style tacos. I know there's a few other places. I think Tacos 1989, that's somewhere in LA. But this place, Milo, if you're still here, answer this question. Did they move locations? Because I went there and it was a completely different place than what it was. It used to be in that tire shop that they had the spot. I went there and it wasn't there. It seemed like it was like maybe two or three streets down from where it used to be. And it threw me off guard. So Milo, yes, they moved. I knew it. Why did they move? Do you know why they moved? Taconazo is delicious. They got great ceviche at Taconazo. We have one over here. King Taco, no, 92 AKU, man. You got to try out Tacos 1989 or Tire Shop Tacos. Tire Shop Tacos is in South LA. It's kind of near USC in a way. But it's, trust me, these tacos are freaking delicious. King Taco's terrible. King tacos are ass. They're not good. Their sauce is good, but the meat that they use in their tacos, garbage. King Taco is garbage, bro. Garbage meat. It's all con grasa and all that. Nah, hell nah. Adrian Benavidez, Sonora Town. I haven't been to Sonora Town. I want to try out Sonora Town. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Sonora Town. They were closed for a little bit. I heard they're back up though, so I want to go over to that place. Tacos Los Poblanos. They are relatives of Tire Shop Tacos. They're the most established. I'm going to go over there then. I'm going to check it out. Del Taco's good, man. That Del Taco was my college nutrition all through college. 99 cents half-pound bean and cheese burrito with green sauce. That's what I'm talking about. Jalapeno poppers when you're like super faded, coming home and you don't want to be too hungover and you need food. You got the munchies. You're getting hungry. Del Taco all day. Get the chili cheese fries and the jalapeno poppers. You're good. Your toilet might not be good at 3 a.m. when you're blowing it up. And then when you wake up the next morning with a stomach ache and you start throwing it up, vomit's coming out of your mouth, and chorros coming out of your ass, but that's the spot to go if you're drunk. Project Jab, what were your memories of doing your first live match? El Gordo says Tijuana style. Yes, Tacos El Gordo in Vegas and in San Diego is really good. 92 AKU, that's true. Parking lot pimping over at freaking King Taco. I was once a 20-year-old too, bro. I know what's up. I know what's up with parking lot pimping. I used to do that 18, 19, 20 up until I got a fake ID. We used to go to the bars over here, okay? And we'd go like at 1:30 and pick up in the parking lot. And they didn't know we were 21. And I'd be like, hey, after party at our place. And we'd get a lot of people to go back to party with us. It was good times. Chupacabra is in Barstow. Dude, it's hot right now, bro. Currently, earlier today it was like 90 something. Right now it's 90 still freaking 90 degrees over here. Jesus, man. Yeah, it is freaking hot as hell, bros. VIP tacos, where is that at? NJAP. We all eat pink tacos, bro. Just make sure, kid. No. Okay. All right. I think it's an hour into this live chat. I got to get my workout in because I ate like garbage over the weekend. I ate Portos and all those freaking potato balls and all that. Coachella Valley, 120 degrees. I was out there in Coachella. Oh, shit. I forgot to tell you guys. Interview with Roman Gonzalez and Chocolatito coming up to the channel as well this week. Yeah, I went over there. It was 120 degrees. 92 AKU with the jokes. Okay, guys. I got to go work out. I got to go get fit so I can get mean old honey. So I can get someone like Cortez MMA. All right, bros. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate good chat this week, man, right? Good chat this Monday. Next Monday, 5:45 p.m., go to the chat. If this is the first time listening, subscribe to our channel, please. Help us get to 1 million subs. And add us on social media at FightUpTV, at Hey, it's Marcos V for me personally. And thank you so much, guys. It was a freaking great chat this Monday. I hope I was able to make this Monday a little bit more bearable with this circumstances given, man. So thank you all so much. I really appreciated chatting with every single one of you guys. Annette, Leesley, Chupacabra, Just My 2 Cents, Gucci Kid, 92 AKU, Project Yab, Miguel L, Just My 2 Cents, Micah Salberg, Hurricane Hank, NJNP, El Milo, Jem Joey, Boxing Facts, Gucci Kid, Chain TC, Jason Hackney, Jem Joey, J.R. Hines, John Smith. Oh, where's Pocahontas at? Where are those Pocahontas at? All right, you guys. Appreciate it so much. This is Marcos. I am signing off. Have a good rest of your week. Stay positive and always try to be bettering yourself. All right? Peace out, guys. Take it easy.